As always, we begin by giving ourselves permission to relax, saying to ourselves in our minds, I give myself permission to relax. As we invite, as we evoke, as we allow the eternal frequencies, the divine energies to rise up from within us, to wash over us, moving into an intimate state of benevolent, gentle vulnerability, vulnerable and available only to good, to the eternal. I invite you to become aware of your breath, the inhalation, the exhalation. You may notice a soft, subtle breeze flowing in and out of your nose or your mouth. You may notice as you inhale that waft of air flowing down into your lungs and softly expanding your chest. As you exhale, a gentle depression as the chest relaxes back down. I invite you solely through intention, no efforting, to allow your breath to become stronger, softer, deeper, and wider, fresher, all on its own. Imagine every inhalation drawing in oxygen and life force is also bringing in the eternal. Peace, joy, love, harmony, beauty, flooding into your lungs, into the heart, and every exhalation is a release, a letting go of any concerns or tension. Allow it to evaporate, transmute. Inhaling, we draw in the energy of calm, confidence. Exhaling, we let go of worry, dormant or otherwise. Inhale, we draw in the energy of ease, effortlessness. Exhaling, and let go of efforting and trying. You can feel the expansion as the breath softens and strengthens. And exhaling, we let go of figuring and analyzing. As you feel waves of clarity and stillness flooding the mind. And we let go of time, letting go of the past, the future. Letting go of the present. As you inhale, and feel the presence of eternal goodness expanding. I invite you to bring your awareness to your heart center, where you begin to notice life force is fortifying, rejuvenating throughout your entire physical, emotional, and mental bodies. The heart, the nexus point of heaven and earth in your own personal life. As we allow the heart to expand, flooding with light, you can feel your physical body gently rejuvenating into relaxation. The emotional body fortifying with divine strength, compassion, and love. And the mental body opening to the wisdom, the clarity of inspiration, the truth, the absolute, providence. There is no place to go. There is nothing to do. Just allowing ourselves to go deeper and higher in the light as every cell, every organ, muscle, and tissue expands in vitality. And as our breath continues to flood with fresh, illuminating, resilient light, it is here that we rest, rejuvenate, and relax in the stillness. Feel the energy of freedom and spaciousness as we continue to go deeper and higher in communion with the divine. Feel the angelic energy of resilience, fortifying, rejuvenating and expanding, homeostasis, vitality, as your physical body simply and gently reverts to its natural state of wellness. The emotional and mental bodies syncing and linking. The radiance of your soul. No efforting, just allowing. You begin to notice the energies purifying, deeper sense of innocence and clarity, self-love that is humble and pure. You can feel the divine energies of kindness, friendliness, ease, joy, expanding. We'll take a moment as we open to an overwhelming sense of gratitude. You may become aware of things you are grateful for. Perhaps a friend or a family member, or a pet, or just a beautiful day. Or maybe you just feel the energy of deep appreciation, gratitude for the eternal light. I'm grateful to know that wherever we are, no matter what is going on in the temporal world, the infinite brilliance, the holy intelligence, that which we call the divine mind, that is back of all creation, it is that holy intelligence that brought forward the wisdom of planets that orbit around a star, of life that germinates from a seed, whether it is a blade of grass or a tall and mighty tree, that which blows the breeze and beats our hearts, life force that only seeks to beget good. Life force is the omni-activity of the divine. It allows us to sing, hear, and see. We take a moment knowing that life is synonymous with the divine that we call God, whether we call it Jehovah, Yahweh, Choda, Adonai, Dios, the Creator, the One. It is the very essence of our own beingness, formed and fashioned, born in the image and likeness of God, beyond our gender, beyond affiliations, associations, beyond race or age, beyond personality traits. The higher self, the soul, the true self. We feel an intimacy as we identify with our true eternal nature. How good it is to just take a moment and know that just by relaxing, we open to the all good, the grand, the glorious. That which we call providence is divine directioning that only leads to the highest and best. We allow the neural pathways of our mind to be flooded with inspiration. We allow our heart to be overwhelmed with love, beauty, and joy. And we allow our body of affairs to be filled with harmony, reverence, kindness, respect, generosity, and goodness. This is the very nature of life. We return to the beginning. As we allow this energy to continue, as we recognize that divinity that is everywhere, we come back into a lucid state of divine awareness, allowing a holy cognizance to continue, the rejuvenation to continue. For there is never a time when life force ceases. And it is from a place of deep thanksgiving, knowing the divine idea of our lives is always seeking to express. And we simply allow it to be good, and so and now. In agreement, we say, and so it is. Amen. So welcome back. You're welcome to stay in the zone if you want to. You can chill out in here or at home, wherever you are. That concludes our meditation service. And we're going to take a little break. The lights are going to come up here in the sanctuary. And for those of you who are here, there's refreshments outside. The bathrooms are through the hall, past the bookstore, and out the back door to the left for the women's and the men's. And for you at home, you know where yours is. We're going to take a break. We're going to start our music and message, our Sunday service, in just about 6 minutes. So we will see you right back here. Peace and blessings.
Good morning, Soul Center. Good morning. Happy August summer Sunday morning. So happy to be with you here at Soul Center. My name is Jessica Susalik, and I am the co-founder of Soul Center OC with my mom, Patricia Griffith, our angel in heaven. And we are so happy to be together this morning, bringing the teachings of Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith and the Agape International Spiritual Center to Orange County and online, globally. Good morning, online friends. And let's begin with our declaration, please. It will come on the on the screen and on your program. Let's stand and say it, knowing for each other and ourselves. There is one life. That life is God. That life is perfect, and that life is my life now. I am here to receive the divine message for me. I am awake, I am tapped in, and I am transformed. You may be seated, and we have the beautiful Lynn with our announcements.
Good morning, everyone. When I knew I was doing the announcements, I remember what your mom used to always say, the beautiful faces of God. Yeah, I see them. Okay, so a friendly reminder, please place your cell phone on meditation mode or off. Join Reverend Keith here at Soul Center for a Yoga Nidra sound bath. That's today after service. Enjoy this deeply immersive and transformative experience that guides you into a profound state of relaxation and inner awareness. It uniquely combines the ancient practice of yogic sleep with a rejuvenating vibration of a sacred frequency sound bath. It will be an inspirational experience today. Doors open at 12:45 and it begins at 1 o'clock Pacific time. Register at the welcome table or at soulcenteroc.com. Don't miss your chance to learn from not one, but 6 master teachers, including our very own Reverend Keith. The Soul of Prayer is a 6-week online class that will help you delve into a deeper awareness of surrendering to God. Through the spiritual science of affirmative prayer, you'll open to more wellness, abundance, healing, expansion, and fulfillment flowing with grace more beautifully into your life. Register at agapelive.com. The class begins at 6 p.m. Pacific time this Tuesday. Hop aboard a 40-foot yacht for a 3-hour cruise through beautiful Newport Harbor on September 6th from 12 noon to 3 o'clock. Experience fellowship through prayer, meditation, and a delicious meal while floating on serene sacred water. This fundraising event is generously offered by Jessica Susalik, Soul Center's co-founder, for only $149. It's a beautiful way to see the bay and all those beautiful homes that are overlooking the water. Reserve your spot at soulcenteroc.com. Join Agape licensed spiritual practitioner Gina Feta. I saw her somewhere. There she is. On Zoom to study the classic book, This Thing Called You by Ernest Holmes. 7 weeks beginning Tuesday, September 9th, 6 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific. It's free except the book, so you need to buy your book. Details on soulcenteroc.com. Mark your calendars. Sunday, September 14th is Reverend Keith's birthday. And he wants to celebrate here with you, all of us. A special event will be held for you in his honor where he practices it is better to give than to receive. Details on soulcenter.com. Although rooms are sold out to stay on site at Reverend Keith's fall spiritual retreat in Sedona, you could stay at a nearby hotel and still attend. It's 2.5 days of guided meditation, prayer, delicious food prepared by moi, and easy to moderate, thank you, hikes to sacred vortexes, which are energy centers believed to promote healing and spiritual growth. Register on soulcenteroc.com or see Reverend Keith to gift this amazing experience to someone else. It's going to be held in October. Swing by our on-site Home and Garden bookstore for all your spiritual supplies and more, and they have books in there too for classes. Jerome has restocked the popular car diffusers made in the USA from fine scented essential oils. Great for your own car or as a gift. Holidays are coming. Support your Soul Center community while shopping. Visit soulcenteroc.com, view your Sunday service program, or visit our welcome table to learn about our other ongoing events, such as Reverend Keith's Daily Affirmative Prayer, held Monday through Friday at 9:30 to 10 Pacific Time. That's in the morning, through August. Beginning in September, it's back to Monday through Saturday. On Wednesdays, join our midweek meditation at 6:45 here in the sanctuary or live streaming. And if you haven't been, it is such a treat to get that boost in the middle of the week. It's wonderful. Our small group soul circles meet on different days and times. You could join Param, an amazing agape spiritual licensed practitioner, on her brand new soul circle held Wednesdays at noon on Zoom. On the first Sunday, join our Soul Center Visioning after service, and for live streamers, we have individual, private, confidential prayer on Zoom. And on the second Sunday, join our snack potluck, where we all bring something to share. And the fourth Sunday is our munch and mingle. Volunteers become a vital part of our Soul Center family. Our vibrant community is built on the foundation of selfless service, or seva, which emphasizes the profound spiritual rewards of giving with an open heart. If looking to connect with like-minded individuals, we invite you to explore volunteer opportunities at soulcenteroc.com or chat with someone wearing a volunteer lanyard. And we're going to ask Colleen to come up for a special little announcement.
Hi, everyone. Kathy is away this weekend, but this month we have a volunteer that has flown under the radar right in front of our eyes the whole, I'd say, 10 years or 11 years. I want to tell you a little bit about this person. They're crafty, they cook, they're musical, they play guitar, they play ukulele, they play the bass. They were involved with our Enlightened Kids Village in the very beginning of time with the kids themselves. Worked with Beth Morley, the honoree of the Enlightened Kids Village. She has done planning layout for the kids. She has her own soul circle, which I'm a member of her soul circle. And at this time, Susan Donovan. Long without honoring you, my dear friend. Yes. Yes.
Serving here, and when I look out into this congregation, there are so many people here that I love. And if you're a member of Soul Circle or Soul Center, you're in the right place. I love this community. Thank you.
I can tell we truly caught you off guard, and we love you so, so much. Thank you.
Yay, Susan. Okay, now let's join our Soul Center house band in our congregational song. Angel Travis. Woo!
Good morning.
Good morning, Soul Center. How are you doing?
Good morning. My name is Susan Donovan, and our selected reading is from The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. A mystic is not a mysterious person, but is one who has a deep inner sense of life and of their unity with the whole. Mysticism and psychism are entirely different. One is real, while the other may or may not be an illusion. There is nothing mysterious about the truth, so far as it, capital I italicized, is understood, but all things seem mysterious until we understand them. A mystic is one who intuitively perceives truth and without mental process arrives at spiritual realization. It is from the teaching of the great mystics that the best in the philosophy of the world has come. Who was there who could have taught such teachers as these? By what process of mentality did they arrive at their profound conclusions? We are compelled to recognize that Spirit alone was their teacher. They were indeed taught of God. The mystic does not read human thought, but rather they sense the atmosphere of God. The mystics of every age have seen, sensed, and taught the same truth. Psychic experiences, on the other hand, bear the exact opposite testimony as they contradict each other, for each psychic sees a different kind of mental picture. But the mystic experiences of the ages have revealed one and the same truth. Please join me in prayer. I'm just so grateful for this day, grateful for all the good that is coming forward, grateful for how we have chosen to come together in this way, grateful for all the volunteers that come together and set us up in the morning and break it down when we're all done, and grateful for all of the behind-the-scenes things that happen in between the planning and all of the organization that takes place to run this beautiful community we know as Soul Center. I'm so grateful for the sacred yes of Jessica and Patricia. How grateful I am for Reverend Keith, how he brings forward a message for us each week that just feels right for us. How grateful I am to bless our Enlightened Kids Village, this most special community for our youngest of congregants. And I'm blessing this community knowing that there is this one thing that is taking place, that which is in back of it all, that governs all life. I know this presence in my life is the divine, or God, or the universe. And I know it is with me in all things always, never absent. And I know that for everyone here today. So I'm grateful to bless this day of celebration, blessing our lives with this expression of the divine in our lives as abundance and beauty and creativity. How grateful I am. How grateful I am for this day of celebration. And I'm releasing this unto the law. And so it is. Amen.
So it is. Amen.
So now it's time for our agape affirmations. Please rise. You'll find them in your program or up on the screen. I'll speak a line, and then we'll all repeat them aloud together with sincerity and acceptance. The vibration of the Most High God is active within me right here, right now.
The vibration of the Most High God is active within me right here, right now.
My body temple clothes my spirit with beauty, health, and wholeness.
My body temple clothes my spirit with beauty, health, and wholeness.
An environment of love and safety surrounds me always.
An environment of love and safety surrounds me always.
I am protected.
I am protected.
A wellspring of infinite good sources me fully.
A wellspring of infinite good sources me fully.
I am supplied.
I am supplied.
Lifted in the power of gratitude, I let it be.
Lifted in the power of gratitude, I let it be.
And so it is. Amen.
And so it is. Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. confidential individual prayer today, please come over by the gong after service, and a licensed agape practitioner or soul center prayer chaplain will be happy to pray with you in a confidential manner. Peace and blessings, everyone.
Thank you, Angel, and of course, Jesse Godoy and Brian Sherrick. I am just so grateful to be here. If you don't know who I am, I'm Reverend Keith, And sometimes I get, well, I think I'm the only one so far that's calling me Reverend Fun. But you're welcome to. I like to have fun. And what I mean by that is bringing a sense of levity through a humble state of holy awareness. Because, one of the things that can really stymie life is when things get heavy and burdensome, and we start to move into places where we don't think there's a way out. So to bring a levity to that, that's part of what we do here at Soul Center. Again, I'm Reverend Keith. This is our Soul Center. We're part of the Agape International Spiritual Center, which means we're part of the New Thought Ageless Wisdom Teachings and community that has been around for over 450 years. That means we follow the golden thread of mysticism that is found at the mystical sect of all religions, which allows you to have a direct experience of the divine to, through, and as your beingness. Some of us might have forgotten that that's what you came here to do. You came here to enjoy the sublime of the divine in a personal way, to personify the divine, not to personify issues and traumas and things of that nature, which some of us have done. I know I have. So we're here to explore that. I'm going to get into that in a little bit in a moment as we delve deeper into the rest of the theme of the month, which is the theme of the month is seeking and embracing what's good, which is sometimes easier said than done. But I promise you, if you set a trajectory, set the intention right now, I am going to seek and find what's good. One of the things you do in a spiritual practice is you have to get intentional. You align your intention with the desire, the holy impulse that your soul is seeking to express, and you're setting yourself on a trajectory of good. But before we get there, I just want to check, is there anybody who is here in person for the very first time today? Oh, wonderful. Seeing a few people. Anybody else who's here for the first time? If you are here for the first time, I'm going to ask you to please stand up. And we're just going to bestow a blessing on you. We're not going to ask you to sing or dance or even do anything, except I am going to ask you to just allow yourself, with all sincerity, to allow yourself to be loved, to receive love. That means from a biochemical and an energetic thing, it's allowing your heart to be open. The rest of us will take care of the rest. We're gonna go ahead. You're seeing people outstretch their hands. That's because this is how we outstretch our prayer and our blessings through our hands. And for those of you at home, it's your first time streaming, you can stand up, but when you come here in person, you'll do this as well. We're gonna say this to you. Welcome to Soul Center. We know who you truly are. You are a divine emanation of infinite brilliance. With gifts and talents to beget good. We love you. We thank God for you. Welcome to Soul Center. You may be seated. It is so good to be here as we continue to celebrate the divine. There is a phenomena in spirit, just in human life. There's a phenomena that we're all evolving. Nobody gets out of the evolution of your human life. Some of us, if we let the temporal world influence our evolution, it turns into more of a devolution, where it's a devolving. You can see the signs of that if you get a little bit more cynical, a little bit more pessimistic, a little bit more worried, a little bit more on edge. Don't worry, that's a part of the human condition. But we're supposed to, the spiritual journey is about moving from being a human being into a cosmic being. A cosmic being is that of the divine. That's your true self, beyond your gender, beyond your age, beyond your race, beyond your nationality, beyond personality traits. There's a holy spark that is stated in scriptures around the globe that says you are formed and fashioned in the image and likeness of God. Every mystical teaching and every religion states this in one way or the other. Our job is to say, well, what does that mean? And the forefathers and foremothers of our movement said, what is it? What are all these mystical teachings that have been brought forward by the sages and the avatars and the prophets that have said, I am going to find out what that is like to personify that and live from that. And that is mysticism. Mysticism is moving, as it said in the reading, from psychometry, moving from a place of psychic awareness. Psychic awareness, 9 times out of 10, is reading energy of the temporal world. If you are, some people now have switched over to the new vernacular and they say, oh, I'm an energy intuitive. If you're a psychic energy intuitive and you're reading of the temporal world, then there's somewhat of a disservice in there. A mystic transcends the temporal world and says, I'm going to allow the truth, I'm allowing inspiration that floods through me and allows myself to seek and express that truth. Oftentimes that truth is going to be a place of just holding within your own bones and beingness a knowing of that truth, and it will shine as radiance out into the world. So we're here to take responsibility for our lives. We're here to take responsibility of our lives. We always have to make sure everything in our spiritual teachings is about allowing ourselves to go up. In humanness, there's this dichotomy of duality that allows me to move into the heaviness of it's good or bad, it's up or it's down, judging things. When you move into your spiritual nature, you transcend that. You move into a clarity, and you allow yourself to move into, as the topic of today is, re-mystifying your mind. To re-mystify your mind means to go back to the mystical origins, your divine magnificence, and allow yourself to move into divine right seeing, divine right perception, divine right hearing, divine right knowing. And that's sometimes easier said than done if I've spent many years or decades acclimating to the temporal world, acclimating to trauma, acclimating to my personality traits. Mysticism is a mindset that says, I'm going to be focused on truth. I'm going to be focused on seeking and finding that truth no matter what. And most people, one of the aspects of being a true mystic is understanding how to communicate. In the word communicate, you have the root commune. To commune with the divine. To communicate, most people have conversations these days that are not communicating. So if you take commune, I, and Kate. So the I would be I, the commune is with the divine, and the Kate is a state of being. So communicate is communing with the divine personally as a state of being. But most people regurgitate. Regurgitate is a mindless exchange of information that I'm usually not even really an authority on, but sometimes I talk as though I'm an authority on something. You see that a lot on social media. People are the authority. They have the answers to all the world's problems if somebody would just listen to them. We're here to say, I don't need to have the answer to all the world's problems. I am just going to hold that space. So as I commune, then it's kind of like, where you allow yourself, before you're going to speak, you're going to allow yourself to commune and allow something to come forward that brings forward more good. That's what mystics do. Mystics give joy to the world. They're not here to take joy from the world. You come here, that's where the entirety of that phrase is, it is better to give than to receive. Not only does the law of circulation, not only does the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect, the law of karma, all stand behind that premise where it's like, as what I'm giving out is going to circulate back to me, so if what I'm giving out is good, as kindness, as generosity, as love, then that is what circulates back. But the ego will try to use that to its advantage, to go, okay, I'm going to go do some good, and then we're moving into the realm of false positives. I want you to be aware of the realm of false positives and false negatives. False negatives is when we beat ourselves up. We're like, I did something wrong, I'm beating myself up, and so there's a false negative going on there because once upon a time I used to be the president of Self-Beater-Uppers Anonymous, and what that was is I had very low self-esteem, very low worth, and when I worked in the corporate world, I clawed slog my way up to the top to make myself one of the top executives in our company and to earn a good amount of money. And but I was doing it for all the reasons from my ego. And so as I was moving into that, the false positive was, oh, look at this. I'm traveling here on these lavish things, and I'm doing all these things, and I have these baubles and those baubles, and these are making me happy. But come to find out that those things, every person I've met in the 25 years that I've been sincerely on this journey who has ever come into a large sum of money and has spent a lot of time with that has come to realize that most of the stuff that you get, now we're not making money bad or wrong, we're not making baubles bad or wrong. What we're making is that where does it come from? If the outer world is making me happy, then that's me trying to get joy from the world instead of bringing joy to the world. We are here to be a conduit where that energy flows through us. So learning how to communicate is one of the things that is really going to behoove you on your journey. The past couple weeks, I've run into some people, those of you who know I see clients on a regular basis for spiritual counseling. And recently I was working with somebody, and she's a newlywed, newly married, and oftentimes, after the honeymoon, you find out like, oh, this is what I really got myself into. And so they are in love. They're just having a grand old time, and she finds out that her new husband has some issues that kind of grate against her issues. And one of those issues is that he's a procrastinator, and he waits to the last minute for everything. Now, it's one of those modern family situations. It's a melding, and so he has children from a previous marriage, and they're they're up there in the upper teens and low 20s, and so one of them's getting ready to go off to college, and they're in this window. So if you take somebody who's a procrastinator and is kind of like, well, why do today what you could do tomorrow, and you put that with somebody who is a proactive, absolute fanatic on dot your I's, cross your T's, prepare, you might just see where it's headed. And so she is very on top of things and works in a corporation where it's like boom, 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 and putting together campaigns and this and that. And so she's aware that this gentleman who she didn't know. They moved into a house together, and there were some renovations that needed to take place, and he was going to redo the bathroom. And so he's like, I do it. He works in contracting, knows how to do those things. Started it. 1 month goes by, 2 months goes by, 3 months goes by, 6 months goes by, and it's like, basically one screw every other day. And she told him in the beginning, and this is what really got her goat. She told him in the beginning, I'll just pay to have someone come in and get this done. No, I'll take care of it. And so now we're into 8 months later, and it's still undone. The forms to be turned in are due in about a week or so, and not a thing has been done about them. The taxes, not a thing has been done about them. And all of a sudden, she's starting to realize, and so she's getting very frustrated. And so she's like, okay, that's it. My hands are up. I'm just going to have to let him wallow in his things. So that's one of the things you don't want to do. What a mystic does is you assess the situation. And if you're going to move into communion, now this is sometimes where the people get like a little upset about, the rub of this. The rub is, if I feel like I'm being victimized, so she's feeling victimized because she's kind of getting the overflow or the backlash of when things don't get complete. And it's like, oh, okay. And if we were all probably in a courtroom, we might say like, yeah, he needs to really get his act together, and he needs to start, you got to have agreements. You got to make sure you have an agreement and honor those agreements. Maybe you're going to put it down in writing. You're going to have a to-do list. You're going to check it off. That's what the ego would do. But what the mystic does is go into communion and starts to think, what is it that they need and want? What is it that they truly need and want to be fortified? Now, when somebody is being victimized, to ask someone who's being a victim of something to stand in their power and hold for the victimizer that what they need sounds counterintuitive, sounds counterproductive, as a matter of fact. But that is what the mystic does. The mystic is always moving into a place to move out of a myopic viewpoint and move into a higher expression of compassion. compassion. Compassion is the very life force of the mystic. They commune and move into compassion, not participating in conversations of regurgitation, and remembering that your brain, your emotions, and your body are the vehicle for your consciousness. You are not your brains, your emotion, and your body. Your brains, your emotion, and your brain, and unless you have more than one, your brain and your emotions and your body, that's how you get to have fun in this world. But it takes a level of moving out of false positives, out of false negatives. False positives are, oh, I'm doing so well, I've got the money, I've got the house, I've got the jewels, I've got the whatever, I've got great friends and everything. And like I was saying earlier, that person that I know that was exceedingly wealthy and health, inevitably, there comes the day where it's like, I feel unsatisfied. I am not being fed. These baubles are not making me happy. And the realization shows up that I have to move beyond the outer world bringing me joy, and I have to move to I'm bringing the outer world joy. That shift, it's going to hit up against all of the ideas, false positives and negatives within your subconscious psyche that are going to say, oh no, but this really makes me happy. Eating ice cream, a pint of it after this show on before I go to bed, it really makes me happy. If you're eating ice cream at the end of the day because it really makes you happy, then what you're really looking for, so this is what the mystic would do, they would sit and go, oh, what I'm really looking for from the ice cream is sweetness. And so I would like to find where authentic sweetness is in life. What makes life sweet? They're going to dig a little deeper, rise a little higher, and find out what am I really after. And they're also going to find out what is so-and-so really after. And somebody who procrastinates, oh, that's just the way they are. I guess I'm just going to have to suck it up. And it's like the false positive is, because she said, well, I'm just going to have to let it be. It is what it is. You know that expression, it is what it is? It's kind of like just a throwing in the towel. So to move into a place where it's like, holding vigil, holding for another, the truth for them. Our energy fields are not separate. We are one. We are one with the stage. We are one with the walls. We are one with the oxygen. We're all breathing in and out oxygen. We are one with the tree. We're one with everything. Science knows that. Spirituality knows that. We are all made from the same stardust that everybody else is made of. And so to move into a oneness, consciousness, and cognizance where we can start to communicate with goodness and understand that communication starts in here. It starts in your mind. What am I holding in my mind? Your consciousness is the purveyor of what goes on in your life. What are you allowing to travel through your mind, and do you hold on to it? One time, as I was moving through this, I'm one of those people, I'm like, this is my spiritual laboratory. I am going to test everything out. I have a healthy dose of skepticism, in the realm of spirituality. Sometimes you come across woo-woo people that are like, oh, everything is good. Meanwhile, they don't have a penny to rub between their fingers, and this and that. We're not making that bad. We don't make anything bad. But I'm just saying, what you start to understand is when you look at your life structures, what's your financial structure looking like without judging it? What's your relationship structure looking like? What's your body structure, your health and wellness looking like? What are my spiritual practice, what does all that look like? You're looking at it from a humble place of, my intention is I'm seeking to evolve, to benevolently evolve wherever I'm at. I'm not going to make that, I was working with somebody recently who was moving through a bulimic experience in their life. I'm not going to make myself bad and wrong for this. It is very tempting. As a recovering self-beater-upper, I beat myself up for a good 15 years or so, which kept me from evolving into more magnificence. In order to evolve, you have to involve. There's an involution that takes place. Involving or involution is the idea. Evolving is the experience. So we're moving from an involution to an evolution. And if I am not getting involved in my involution, then who knows? It's going to be somewhat of a crapshoot what takes place. We want to make sure that we get involved in the involution of our evolution. And as you always hear me say, I always put benevolent in front of just about everything. Benevolent evolution is a bevolution, where it's like, I'm going to be grace, I'm going to bring compassion, I'm going to bring kindness and friendliness, I'm going to be humbled. I tell you, wow, there was the days when my ego was just all in its glory, fighting everything, thinking everything was against me, or if it was for me, it was usually for a false positive. And when the first time I ever got humbled, when somebody accused me of something where I was absolutely in the right, I can testify, I was in the right, but they said, they were yelling at me and screaming at me and telling me what I had done and this and that, whatever. And instead of moving into a communication or a regurgitation of defensiveness and pointing out, well, oh yeah, but what about when you blah, 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 blah. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced that one before. It's like, as I was saying a couple weeks ago, and as Gandhi said, an eye for an eye leaves the world blind. So it's like, a tit for a tat also leaves the world in a pretty bad shape. Yeah. We want to be able to say a humbling, which is like, this is pretty much how it feels when I got humbled. I was like, you get this humbling feeling, but the byproduct afterwards, where this has happened many times, and you've heard me share about various people in various situations and circumstances that are real, where it's like, let me just see, what does he need, what does she need, what do they want right here and right now, and I'm going to transcend this. The mystic is never going to take it personally. The mystic is going to say, and they're going to learn by exercising, going to the spiritual gym, and you go to the spiritual gym to exercise your clairs. Your clairs are your clairvoyance, inner seeing, your clairaudience, inner hearing, your claircognizance, higher knowing, your clairgustinance, which is tasting, your clairolfactory, which is smelling. You're getting all your clairs, your clairsentience, which is feeling. That's mostly identified with the sixth sense. You're getting your clairs in alignment. So you're going, when we're in meditation and we're communing with the divine and we're asking the very question, what is needed in this given situation that is going to beget the highest good? You're starting to exercise. You're allowing the inner eye to open. When we were little infants, all of us came into the world, and our mystical nature was at its height. Between 1, 2, 3 years old, we were like, in such a place of awe and wonder. And then we start to get indoctrinated into the wheels of space and time and the temporal world of what's good and bad and right and wrong. And then you find all these dogmas and rules and regulations. And then you find a place where we have to have healthy boundaries. Oftentimes, healthy boundaries are a way to stop bad from happening. But if I don't change it in my mindset, all I'm doing is putting up a wall of separation. We want to move from healthy boundaries. Now, there is a place for healthy boundaries, but we want to move to a place of heavenly boundaries. A heavenly boundary is where somebody may be abusive towards me. Maybe they're saying things that aren't nice, maybe there's physical abuse, something of that nature. So a heavenly boundary is, I'm going to create a space, a temporary space to regroup, so that I can go into communion with the divine, and find out, how do I need to grow? How do I need to be fortified? Now, the mystic is always going to say, and what am I going to hold for the person who's harming me? That sometimes takes a long time to get to, but you're going to have to get there. There's no way out of reconciliation. There's no way out of transmutation. There's no way out of forgiveness. There is a fun way to do all of that. The first step of that fun way is saying, I'm going to allow forgiveness, rectification, rejuvenation in a benevolently, brilliantly, beautiful, dynamic, profound, immaculate, and glorious way. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I'm going to allow it. I'm calling it forward, so that involution starts to make its way, and then the ideas that come from inspiration start to bring forward the wisdom that will allow you to rise to something grand. Many of you have heard the story about my father. Many of you have heard how I had to grow through that. The day that I said, because we had really kind of veered off in my early 20s, to a place where we just rarely communicated because he was just so irritating. And he never checked in on what was going on in my life. You don't care. And so I don't want to be around somebody who doesn't care. So I set up an unconscious healthy boundary and I just separated myself. Come to find out later as I'm doing my inner work and I'm allowing involution to bring forward idea. And it's like, you need to heal your relationship with your father. Some people might say, well, the ball's in their court. They got to do it. No, the ball is always in your court. There is never a time when the ball is in your court. And we're not talking about the order of things. Oh, somebody has to do this before that, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about coming to first cause, coming to the primordial vibration, communing, and then allowing that to have its way through you. And the very thing that I did was, I took my fist and I pounded it on the table and I was like, I am going to have a magnificent relationship with my father no matter what. It's going to be benevolent, it's going to be good, it's going to be sincere, and it's going to be real. Yes. That's where it started. And then really quick here. And it works. It really works because I mustered up something within me. There was something in me that said, I can't settle for this. I know that there is something where the divine in me and the divine in him is going to come together. And immediately, now I did in communion, get a little inkling, call your father and set up a time to go have lunch. And when we did, a whole new paradigm and a whole new person showed up. And he started asking questions about my life, which usually didn't happen before. He started saying, I love you, out of nowhere. He wasn't an I love you kind of dad. He started saying, it feels so good to have you around. Now, this transpired over months. And the intimacy and the connection and the true purity of a sacred relationship began to evolve in our lives. I've done it with friends. I've done it with other family members. I do it all the time. Especially, this is when you want to do it when somebody irritates you. Irritation is just an alarm bell saying, wake up, something needs your communion for involution to evolve to a better state of being. That is all that is saying. Every negative emotion you will ever feel is never a reason to set up walls and boundaries and separation. All those negative feelings are just alarm bells saying something needs your divine attention, something needs your communion, something needs you to rise into a greater state of awareness, because we know in God all things are made new. Everything is made new in the divine all the time, but you have to participate in it. You have to participate and know to draw near to God, you will have to let God draw near to you. That means you're going to invite, evoke, and allow that energy. And however you connect with the divine, whether it's the universe, whether it's Jehovah, whether it's the one, the creator, however you commune with the divine, you want to start to cultivate that relationship that's going to move from a feeling of a universal presence that's outside of me to the indwelling presence. Every master avatar teacher of the sacred order that has ever come has said there's an indwelling presence, and it is one with you and one with all of life. So we're saying, yes, I am going to know that ideas precede expression. That's just the law of the universe. So what ideas am I entertaining? And am I just regurgitating old ideas without any insight, wisdom, or inspiration? Or am I going to allow myself to be like, what is needed here? What is needed for me? What is needed for them? What is needed for this situation that's going to beget the highest good, the highest expression of magnificence? We're going to make sure that we play the game. There's a game I want you to play this week. The game is, what do they really need? What do they really want? No matter what's going on, whatever encounter you have, what do they really need and what do they really want? I was standing in line at the market years ago, and this is the first time I experienced that psychic phenomenon, but it moved it into mysticism. And what had happened was I was standing behind a lady, and she looked a little disheveled. She was probably about 100 pounds overweight, and she had a cart full of candies and cookies and all kinds of things. I didn't even notice. I was just standing in line, and all of a sudden I heard this thought fly through my mind, and it was the self-deprecating thought of, I'm no good, I'm too heavy, blah, 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 whatever it was. And it jarred me, because I was just, waiting to check out. And I looked over, and she was kind of like this. And I thought, I kind of picked up on what's going on in her psyche. So what do I need to do in this situation? I could have just been like, oh, well, too bad, you figure it out. I was like, no, I'm going to bless this person. I'm going to hold them in their magnificence. I'm going to see their divinity. This was the teaching of all the masters, most notably that which one we call Jesus the Christ. He was the one who was like, yes, I am going to hold who you really are. You're not your body. You're not your age and gender and all the things. You are a divine emanation, and I'm going to hold that for you. The mystic holds vigil, and vigil is an unwavering, unbroken awareness of the divine about fill in the blank. What is the unwavering, unbroken awareness of truth about my finances? What is the unwavering, unbroken truth about so-and-so? That is how you connect. And you'll see that those avatars and those masters, they would just look into in people's eyes, and they're looking, the eyes are the windows to the soul. They're looking to see the true person and call them forward, an invitation. And all of a sudden, oftentimes you'll see, because I did see that woman, and I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. It's just what happens. It's just real life experience. And she started to because I started blessing her, and I'm not taking responsibility. I'm just saying that when someone is exposed to that frequency of energy, there's a wake-up moment that starts coming. If everybody around her is like, oh yeah, so-and-so's got problems, and she just needs to really change her diet, having the answer, which you think is the solution to the problem, is not what they need. What they need is to be unconditionally seen, adored, and loved. Holding vigil is one of the most underutilized experiences in our spiritual practice. To hold vigil means I'm going to catch the principle, the truth. There's always a principle that reflects the truth about any given situation, and then you hold into that. And it might seem like, well, why is that my job? Isn't that God's job? Isn't that an enlightened master's job? No, it's your job because you are an enlightened master. You are an enlightened master. I'm just going to have to wake up and say, guess what? Surprise! You're an enlightened master. You got to step into it. It's inevitable. It's going to happen no matter what. And we're all agreeing to allow that to be. So we're all going to play the game this week, right? What do they really need? What do they really want from the vantage point of the highest good? You're not intellectualizing it. You're allowing yourself to be inspired. It might be, can you imagine if you knew all the time what somebody needed? I know, don't want to generalize where men get the bad rap for this, but men usually get the idea that it's like they're the fixers, and like women always complain about like, oh, well, all he wants to do is fix me. He wants to figure out the solution to the situation, and all I need you to do is listen. I mean, that's like, how many times have we seen that in the movies or in real life? And it's like, yes, we do. We just need to listen, but we're not listening to just static air. We're listening to providence. We're listening to divine direction. So we're going to play the game this week, and maybe for the rest of our lives. What do they need? What do they want? And allow yourself to communicate from that place. That's what we're going to say yes to. Yes? Yes. All right, we're going to let it be good and beautiful and fun. Yes? Yes. Okay, like 80% are like yes. Some of you are like, well, I don't know. You don't know so-and-so. I do know so-and-so. And they're a divine emanation of brilliance. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move into prayer right now. How good it is to just take a moment. Oh, and be free. To be free, we move into the primordial vibration of the divine, that which we call God. I am truly grateful to know that we are all woven into this heavenly fabric as divine ambassadors, harbingers, angels of the earth. And we have come here to thrive. We are moving from survival to survival and allowing ourselves to remember the truth. One power, one presence, one omniamorous, loving intelligence is back of all life. The universe God has never forsaken, has never judged, has never withheld anything ever. It only gives. It only praises and raises. That is the very nature of life itself. If you look out into nature, nature is always a circulating and expanding good. We open to that. We move into a holy cognizance where we recognize the divine as life itself and as a microcosmic expression of our own divinity. And as we hold into that, holding vigil, holding the truth, allowing ourselves to commune with that holy awareness, oh, good begins to unfold more more brilliantly, more beautifully, where we transcend the false positive and negative, and we move into the real deal good. I am grateful to know that each and every one of us is endowed with everything we need to sincerely, brilliantly, and beautifully access our own magnificence. And as we access that, with a verve, perhaps a little bit of a coaxing of a zest and a zeal to bring forward that good. We allow it all to be now, and it is God's good pleasure to bring forward the only pleasure, the kingdom of heaven, of good, of joy, of peace. That is its nature, our nature, and we are allowing it to expand. We agree to allow it to be now, benevolently and gloriously, by saying, and so I let it be. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Amin. Ashe. Aho. Mahalo. Shalom. Hotep. And hallelujah. All right, Soul Center. Oh, the question was, did they ever get their bathroom done? It is all being addressed right now. She's holding vigil on it, and we're waiting. This just came up a couple days ago, so I'll give you a progress report in a week or so. All right, it's time for the ushers to come forward. And we are holding it in that right space, though. And these are our ushers. We're going to move into our conscious time of tithing, giving, or donating to our community. If you would like to donate to our community, we are a 501c3 religious nonprofit, which means all donations are tax deductible. These are the ways, well, they'll be coming up in a second, on the screen that you can donate. For our love streamers, we appreciate all of your contributions as always. For those of you here, you can use any of these electronic ways or even mailing a check in snail mail, or you can donate in the baskets. The ushers are going to go forward, and I am going to invite Angel back up. see. Oh, good. All right. Wow, that's like, woo. All right. Ushers are coming forward, and we're going to bless the offering. I'm just going to invite you to join me. All you have to do is extend your hands, and I'll do the blessing. Oh, how grateful I am to know that there is a ceaseless supply of all good, whether that is oxygen, whether that is nourishment or nurturing or financial freedom. It is ours. We take a moment and we allow ourselves to move into gratitude. Gratitude opens the floodgates to circulation and appreciation. We bless this offering, recognizing there's one power, one presence that we call the universal presence, mind of God, and it only gives. It never withholds, it only lavishes and loves. We bless this offering and we see all needs met for every one of us individually and collectively. We leave no bone, no stone unturned. We shine the light into all the nooks and crannies and allow it to be good. We bless it as good and we allow it to be so, and so it is. Amen. Thank you, ushers. And the children's community is going to come in. And just a reminder, after service, if you would like to experience private confidential prayer with one of our chaplains or practitioners, you just come up to the gong and they will pray on your behalf.
Divine uniqueness and how we all have special gifts, talents, and different purposes that make us unique, right? So did you want to share something? Maybe you want to share something that makes you unique about yourself and what we talked about today, or your favorite part of the lesson? Yeah.
It's around me.
You want to share it?
So we made this craft, and it makes everybody special too. Everybody can make this craft, and that's what's special about them.
Yeah, and some of us talked about, our unique skills and gifts. Yes, here, let me share.
So if you build a craft, you can let the airplane fly. And crafts.
You want to share? Go ahead.
We learned that everyone is special in what they do and think, and everyone can do different things. Everyone is unique in their own way.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's a special gift you have too. And he shared that he's really good at hockey and he's very creative and shared that he can draw something really special for us too. Thank you guys. Now we're going to sing the peace song.
Time for our closing song. The words are going to come up on the screen if you want to sing along with us.
Power.
harmony. We allow all of that to flow through us as we remember the truth that which we call the universal presence that is God, it is love beyond our wildest dreams, and it's created us in its image and likeness. We own that, and we say, yes, I am allowing that holy communion of knowing that wherever I am good is, and generously and effortlessly is seeking to radiate itself. We are allowing it to be. Something wonderful has taken place, and we are going to allow it to continue to move, behove, and groove on our behalf, right here, right now, by saying, and so it is. Amen. All right, so just a couple announcements. Some of you may know today is our sound bath in this sanctuary at 1 o'clock. The doors are going to open at 1:45. There's still a few spots left, so if you want to sign up, you can sign up for the sound bath. We have a couple extra blankets and pillows and things. But we do ask, we need to clear out the sanctuary, so if we can make sure that everybody makes their way out to the patio or to the bookstore, we would appreciate that. Thank you.